For everyone who believes that they can take pain, think again. I thought that I could take pain. I thought that I could take strife, pain in my body, the flesh, pain in my emotions, depression, guilt. All these things weigh down on you after a long time. Trauma of being a child, molested, raped. That definitely buries deep into your thoughts. And when you're a kid, you usually just bury it. It's easier that way. But, of course, when you bury things, do they stay buried? No. They come back. They show in your personality. I became wrathful, prideful, and very forgetful. The more I tried to forget, the more that I could not retain my own memory. I might as well had like an 80-year-old brain, which when I've talked to a good friend of mine who is 80 some years old, I think he's 86. Everyone calls him Pop. Used to be a sheriff here in McCune. Good man. Good follower of Christ. And after telling him how forgetful I can be, he just looked at me and he's like, "You sure you ain't 80? Because you sound a whole lot like me. I can't remember half the things I'm doing nowadays." I'm like, yeah. That's why it's good to have a good woman around to, hound you about it, because she's always going to remember. And of course we laugh about it. But bad things are going to happen in life. You're going to experience pain in this world. People are going to hurt you. People are going to hate you. People are going to curse you, hit you, spit on you, slap you, make fun of you, make you the joke of the town, lie about you, spread rumors about you, try to throw you under the bus, metaphorically, or sometimes literally. There's all these terrible things that can happen in this world. And just because some people don't have to experience these things, or at least a good lot of it, over a very lengthy amount of time consistently, does not mean that somehow, some way, your life is better. Because God will remind you somehow what world you live in. Those repressed memories that I had eventually led to me joining the military, the Marine Corps. Because I forgot a lot about what my grandfather told me. I remembered some things, but most of it just dumped out the window. In one ear, out the other. And then I hit boot camp. And that sucked. Marine Corps boot camp in Parris Island, from day one, the moment you see that drill instructor get on that bus and scream at you all, you realize you done fucked up. That the life that you just had is about to die and be over with. And you're about to be thrown through the fire. So that's how it was. From then on, you're treated like less than a dog. You're abused, mentally, emotionally, and sometimes physically when there's not enough people to keep an eye out. Especially when they can excuse it as, "Oh, well, I couldn't stop fast enough, so I ran right into him," which is more like threw him into a metal bunk bed. Yeah, that was fun. Fairly sure they gave me a concussion, but hey, I survived. Must be okay. But something they tell everybody at the end of boot camp. Boot camp is not the worst. It's actually the easiest. Because you have everything regimented for you. You know what you're supposed to do and what you're not supposed to do. You know what will get you in trouble and what will get you praise. Or at the very least, not spat on. It's after boot camp, after you become a Marine, that it becomes difficult. And it was right. They were right. Because once you get to boot camp, once after boot camp, you get to the fleet, as we like to call it. When I got to my schoolhouse, I realized real quick the BS and drama that happens in every unit. And that's just my schoolhouse. The respect I had to give to people that were not respectable people. That they had no respect for themselves, let alone other people, so what was the point in giving them respect? It's my rank! My rank says so! People get lost by materialistic things. And of course, after that, you hit the actual fleet, aside from your school. And that's when you start to really get tested by the fire. You have to deal with inner politics, between sections. You have to deal with other Marines, other NCOs, and staff NCOs. Some of them are easygoing. A lot of them just like shitting on people. And they might pick you to be a target that day if you're not on their good side. And if you fuck up once, you fucked up for life, because they'll never let it down. No matter how many good things you do, you will always be punished for that one fuck up that you had when you first got there. No matter what, guaranteed. They will treat you like a bitch-ass slave. My last name is Munson. Not once did I hear my name said without fucking being behind it. Fucking Munson was my name. Fucking became my first name for pretty much my entire Marine Corps career, even up until the point when I became a corporal. It's just the lower guys couldn't call me that anymore. Everyone else did, including my own rank. Other corporals. Fucking Munson. The pain that Jesus Christ went through surpasses all that humiliation, I should say. It surpasses the sledgehammer that I took to my spine. It surpasses all that mental and emotional abuse where people were trying to get me to kill myself simply because they didn't like me. And in their minds, they thought me weak and wanted me out of the Marine Corps in a body bag. Preferably me killing myself. And they tried. Very, very much so they tried. Because when you're in a barracks, that's not really yours. So that means they can go into your barracks room on your private hours. You don't have privacy in the Marine Corps. So for all those out there who want to be a badass and join the Marine Corps, you're just signing up to be a slave in the worst bunch. That's what you're telling yourself. Is I want to be a slave and I want extra whippings. I'm going to be a Marine. Because that's what happens. Guaranteed. If you don't get with the program, if you don't kiss ass, if you don't give up all that you know is right for all that is wrong, if you don't suck someone's dick to the top, metaphorically or literally, you go nowhere and you're treated like pure scum. All that pain, all that trials and tribulation, all the trauma that I have faced, even in my childhood, nothing can compare to that of the Lord Jesus Christ. Which clearly shows to me that it's preparation for what is to come. So for all those Christians out there who can't stand the way their lives are right now, pick up that cross. Pick up that book. Endure your pain, for your Lord has endured way more than you will ever experience. And if you're going to experience what he experienced, that means you're being tested through the fire. And it's your turn to prove yourself to God. Let that be a lesson to all of you. Let that be a lesson to me. Go with God, my brothers. Go with God.